All right, this is the part where I ask if you guys can hear me okay. I'm just checking the sound. Let me know in the box.
coming right there.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to Tactical Rifleman, and we're here at TR Live, our YouTube channel, live stream, right? I got some great gifts tonight, great guests rather. Got some great guests, and I've had a rough day, had a really rough day. We have been filming our next batch of Tactical Rifleman videos for our YouTube channel. You guys know we put out a new video every Friday, right? Every Friday. Come on in, Sue. You're going to need that chair, Emery. All right. So anyways, I got guests tonight. I got Sue LaRue is in town filming. He's going to be doing a video on how to throw tomahawks. Don't ask, right? Anyways, did I share with you guys the story of Sue throwing the tomahawk at me?
Yes.
We were in Kandahar, Afghanistan. He threw the freaking tomahawk at me. Why? Because he's a freaking monkey, right? Anyways, no big deal. We also got Emery Morgenstern, International Man of Mystery. Why? Because where there's frick, there's frack. You got to have oil and water together. So he's going to eventually sneak his mug in here. He's going to have to snuggle a little closer because it's my show and I'm only leaning so close. Good stuff. Hey, you notice we got us our new sponsor right here, right? Bucked Up. I'm here to tell you, Bucked Up started off with like recovery drinks, stuff like that. For example, that's what I'm drinking. I took some of their recovery powder, and I'm trying to get to the label. Trying to get you some of their recovery powder, and then I mixed it with 8 shots of espresso. So anyways, this is my dinner for tonight. So no hot coffee tonight.
That sounds disgusting.
It's not bad, dude.
It's not bad without the espresso. I'm not sure those two go together.
No, but it was a chocolate flavored one anyways. So not that bad.
So it's like a mocha.
Yeah, it's a mocha. Here's the other cool stuff, because we've been checking them out, guys. They actually got good stuff. They have got called the Buck Shot. Check this out. Looks like a freaking shotgun shell, right? But this is like one of those 5-hour energy drinks you get at the gas station, you know, that basically will get you put in jail. Except these things are actually decent. So
Deer urine.
that's a blue raspberry. It's just like blue raspberry is what it tastes like. Don't do it right now because it'll put your ass will be up all night long, dude. I'm not joking.
I gotta watch Game of Thrones.
You gotta take
Season 5
all of it in one night.
Yep.
All right, you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to do it.
4
So, anyways, guys, Bucked Up. We want to thank them for sponsoring us, and I'm here to tell you, you don't have to get the shake bottle, but I thought it was cool that since I ordered the box of stuff, they tossed the shake bottle in there.
Just twist it.
Anyways, good stuff indeed. Some of the videos we've been filming. We're doing reviews on a couple different guns, including a 24-inch barrel semi-auto gas piston AR rifle in 6.5 Creedmoor that is sub-MOA. Now, when you say, well, it's a gas gun that's sub-MOA, I immediately want to throw up the bullshit flag, because back in the day, they told me the SR-25 Mark 11 was sub-MOA, and me and Sue, we ran it all through the global war on terror. Don't get me wrong, it is the most, at the time, it was the most accurate gas gun we had ever ran, 308, but it was not sub-MOA. But even though they marketed it as that, we were happy with a 1.5 MOA gun, right? He's a 3 MOA shooter, I'm a 2.5 MOA shooter, no big deal. So anyways, it's actually Adam's Arms out of Florida. They told me this P3 6.5 Creedmoor AR is sub-MOA, and I'm like, yeah, I understand you say it's sub-MOA, but it's really 1.5, and that's good enough for me. And they said, no, seriously, this thing, we've been working on this a while. We're proud of this. Proof research barrel, all kinds of, it's got some kind of adjustable ninja trigger in it and everything. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names. But anyways, that's one of the videos we're filming. And so anyways, I was down in Florida parachuting. You guys know I do that twice a year down in Palatka, Florida. And they're like, Carl, you're only an hour away from us. They went and rented a range halfway between me and Adam's Arms, and they let me shoot it. And they're like, hey, can we videotape you? I'm like, yeah, but understand, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie on film. If it's over an MOA, I'm going to say it's over an MOA. on film, I was like, that son of a gun shot .8 MOA. It did. And so anyways, I was very impressed with it. And I got some even more accurate ammo from G9. And it's their super match ammo. And it is badass. So anyways, we got good videos we're working on. Emery did one today on, what was it?
Sapper.
His sapper knife he made. He designed this knife. It's Kel knives?
T-Kel.
Yeah.
T-Kel knives.
T-Kel knives.
T-Kel knives.
Good knife indeed. All right, you guys know the deal. We're supposed to have Super Chat turned back on, but for whatever reason, my son and Heather up in New York, they can't work out the bugs with Google so that we can get paid to do videos here. So until they do that. So anyways, you don't need to do Super Chat. All you got to do is put a question down in the chat room. And I'm not going to read it because I really don't care. But we have moderators that will pull your questions if they're decent questions. And they'll send them to you. For example, Susan Britcher on the other side of the planet just sent me this one.
F-bomb counter's on.
Yep. The what? F-bomb counter's on. Or what's her score already?
0.
I don't think
but
zero.
It's buckshot.
Yeah.
Buckshot.
We're at 0? Oh, I can fuck that up quick. All right. This one is for Sue. How bad do you have to F up to get a tomahawk thrown at you?
I can answer that one. With Sue, not very bad.
Being that his current wife is watching the live stream right now, hi Robbie. That's wife number 5. You don't even know.
Number 4, marriage number 5.
Marriage number. He married wife number 2 again, trying to get some furniture back, and instead he lost another house. Why?
This is what happens to you if you throw a tomahawk in a combat zone. They take away your ammo. Notice that all those magazines behind me are empty.
That's a picture taken in Kandahar, Afghanistan during the initial invasion. Yeah, that was December 2001. We were initial invasion of Afghanistan. And yeah, sure enough, Sularoo.
Got in trouble.
You didn't get it in trouble that time for throwing it at me. That was when you chased the company commander out of the building with a
team
tomahawk.
sergeant.
Yeah, team sergeant.
It was team leader.
He chased everybody out of the building.
That's the building we're talking about. Notice the high ceiling up there. That's where Carl took my tomahawk and threw it up on the ceiling.
After he missed
a bombed out building.
He missed my head by like this much. It hit the wall. Granted, it's Russian sidewalk quality concrete.
I meant to miss.
Yeah, you did. So I pick it up and I go to throw it back at him, and he goes, "Oh." He never thought about that. And the whole time I'm thinking, even if I hit him right between the eyes, it wouldn't kill him. You couldn't kill that. So, and if I miss him or wound him, oh shit, no. Oh hell no, I'm not giving him back that thing. He never misses twice. Sue never misses twice. That's divine intervention right there.
That's 3 minutes of angle.
So I leaned back and I pitched that thing up on, it was a 2-story bombed out Russian built hospital from back in the 80s. At Kandahar Air Base. The Air Force had just raped the whole place with an AC-130 Spectre gunship a couple weeks before we got there. A couple days, I think, right? Because some of that stuff was still smoking.
Triple nickel was there when we got there.
Anyways, there's a couple
ODA triple nickel.
There's a couple burnt boards, rafters, and all charcoaled up. And that tomahawk landed, dink, and then fell over and stayed up there. And it was classic. Why? Because God loves me. God loves me. Decent question. All right, we're off to a good start. So, what kind of sexy video are you going to do for us tomorrow, Sue, besides the tomahawk one? Or is that it?
Tomorrow, I think Emery and I are going to do the Revolution.
The Revolution?
The Patriot Ordinance.
POF Revolution. How you doing, Steve? How you doing? Steve Holland has showed up. No, you don't got a bail yet. We got 3 seats. You don't got a bail yet. All right. Steve, take a break. Get yourself something to drink. I've got apple pie moonshine tonight.
As all of you know, I'm half black, the lower half. We got Steve Holland here. He's the upper half.
Silly rabbit.
You see what I got to work with?
Yeah.
So, we had a good.
Come snuggle.
We had a good day of filming, and did you guys really just drink both those?
Yeah, we're gonna be up all
Holy
night.
shit, dude! What the?
All night. Season 5. Game of Thrones.
All right, so I got me some sexy shot glasses, care of one of my patrons. They're made to look like the birdcage flash hiders off of an AR rifle. They're a little bit bigger though. They actually hold they're double shots. And a different patron, his wife makes apple pie moonshine. So since I do not have to drink, do not have to drive tonight.
Is that double 12 gauge? What is that?
This thing has not moved in like a long time.
It's like 20 millimeter.
Yeah.
Flash hider.
So we have got us. Get out that Leatherman. Yeah.
Oh, I had a Spyderco, but Byron figured out it was his. I thought it was mine.
All right. So one for you. You want one, Sue?
I'll have them. And this is moonshine?
Apple pie moonshine. Steve, you want one?
No.
All right. That's for Emery.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
I have my own shot glass.
Oh, come on.
Mine's a little bit bigger,
I'm trying to find
but
it.
that's because I'm not driving tonight. Oh my God, that's like 8 shots. That's okay. I'm good with that.
Drinking the brains.
You want to know why life isn't sweeter right now? It's because we no longer drink from the skulls of our dead enemy. To the 5th Legion. And in your case, Tesla.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
That is good, dude. That's not bad at all. That is the smoothest moonshine I have had all day long.
That is good. That's 10th group. That's 10th group moonshine. Twice as good as 5th group. Do the math. 10, 5, 10.
You were a combo guy. We know you can't do math. Good stuff indeed. All right, guys, you know we wouldn't actually be drinking alcohol on a live stream video. You wouldn't do that. This is nothing but apple juice with a cinnamon stick floating in it in a mason jar.
Somebody dropped their cigar in there.
In a mason jar. Because, right, you guys don't store apple cider in a mason jar? Don't judge me. Right now, my wife is pissed because I'm drinking moonshine on the internet. All right. Guys, I've had a rough day with my knee, but I'm getting through. Without further ado, question: why is sergeant always pronounced sergeant? Approximately, what do you hear? What I hear? Sergeant.
No, Sergeant.
Hey, sergeant.
Hey, Sergeant.
I just that's American slang, you know. It's like lieutenant. If you're in the British Army, it's lieutenant. All right, that we pronounce our shit different. They pronounce it with that British accent, and we pronounce it with the correct accent. You know, it's just how that stuff works.
That's why my nickname's Sue, because Rodney is a lieutenant in the British Army that can't find his ass with both hands. Rodney is always lost. Yeah, so.
Well, every lieutenant is always lost in the U.S. Army. So, one more for the road. Actually, this one's for my left knee.
Hey, you got to see that. Oh, that scar. That scar's like that long.
It's not that bad, dude.
Show them the scar.
All right. So I got me a little bit of a scar. Yeah.
That's Frankenstein shit right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
But for those of you that have been sending me prayers, again, I want to say thank you for you guys taking care the prayers and wishes. A couple people have sent care packages, and I do appreciate it, guys. I really do. The first week was brutal. The second week, not that bad. And then every day after that, it's been getting better and better and better. Last night was worse than the night prior, but again, you know, it's all in how I stay off of it. I'm recovering. I predict a full recovery, and that's the whole point of getting this operation. It wasn't a car wreck. This was selective surgery so I can get back to doing the things that I want to do with you guys, and that's, getting out, running and gunning, being able to ride my mountain bike and run all the stress tests with all the students, stuff like that. So let's see, I got one here from Steve Holland. The Britchers. All right, we got another one here. All right. All right, we already did that one. Let's see if I got one more here. I think I had one more. All right, this one is from American Patriot. Question. Carl, which primary arms GLX scope would you put on a 308 Ruger Precision? It's mostly going to be for the range and deer hunting. I've been looking at the GLX 3-18 first focal plane with the Apollo reticle. Literally, would have been the exact scope that I picked. So you and me, we got good taste, guys. The Apollo reticle is the one that he wants, right? Because you hear me say, do you think in mils or do you think in MOAs? He's an Apollo guy. He's already made that decision himself. 308 rifle, it's a bolt action, all right, so it's accurate. It's an accurate gun right out of the box. Is it got a jeweled trigger? Is it the best out there for precision rifle series competitions? No, but he says it's for the range and for deer hunting. So 3-18, that's a perfect size scope to go on it. The gold series, the GLX, I'm not allowed to say gold series because that's a Leopold thing. So their platinum series, they now call PLX. Their silver series, they now call SLX. And the GLX, that's in the middle. It's not Chinese made. I believe it's actually made in the Philippines. And it's a good scope. It really is. First focal plane, good choice. Excellent choice. Here's another thing.
Anything long range.
Before I get any further, we are filming, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Film crew flies out late Thursday night, actually late Thursday afternoon. And then I immediately, me and Emery, we go down to Montgomery County Shooting Complex. We have our high-risk travel course this weekend. High-risk travel, you guys know, is one of my favorite courses to teach. We cover everything from situation awareness, counter surveillance. You'll actually be doing practical exercises out in vehicles doing surveillance and counter surveillance. We do escapology, getting out of handcuffs, all kinds of final tests you actually get thrown in the trunk of the car. It's a good time. It is. It's a good course. 3 days long, and that's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I've got a busy week here with this tore up knee of mine. But one of my patrons, one of my big patrons, a great friend of mine named Chris, out of the blue, he's like, he had something come up, a surgery that he was trying to delay. He had to have surgery, so he's like, Carl, I paid for the slot. I can't attend. I want you to give the slot away. Right? So I'm going to give it away in the live stream tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'd have 10,000 guys here all say that they want to come. I do giveaways, but for this one, it's one slot and I can't mess with it. I'm busy all week. So what I did was I posted it on Patreon a couple days ago and said, hey, any one of my patrons that wants to attend this slot, put your name in it. We'll do a random number draw. And Miss Britcher did that for me. And the winner, let me see if I can get the winner here correctly. Where'd we go? She actually sent it to me earlier. Can I get the drum roll? All right, right here. I got to put on my glasses. I got a small font. All right, one more drum roll. Wow, that's really big with my glasses on. All right, the winner of the 3-day high-risk travel course, which is this weekend, 21, 22, 23, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Montgomery County Shooting Complex. The winner is Chad McD. All right, so Chad McD, if you're in the chat room, congratulations. Congratulations, Chad. That's awesome. I hope you can make it. I look forward to seeing you in the class. I would ask you what size t-shirt you wear, but you understand I already picked up the t-shirts last week. So you get to wear Chris's t-shirt size.
Extra small.
Which is extra medium. No, I would want to say I have a large on the list for him. Good deal. Now, here's the deal. If one of you guys wanted to win or you wanted to attend this course, I actually have one slot left. And you can sign up at tacticalrifleman.com. Again, we only teach this class twice a year. We teach it in August. We teach it in December, first week of December. So if you want in on it, you can sign up at tacticalrifleman.com.
July this month.
And or I'll tell you what, if you're a patron, message me on Patreon, and like I do all my patrons, I will see if I can get you a discount on that class. I might know somebody with a little pull at Tactical Rifleman.
Not me.
I spilt a drop. All right, so anyway, Chag McD, congratulations. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Dude, I'm making a mess here. You're cut off, by the way, man. You're dripping shit everywhere. Maybe that's me. All right. All right.
I'm trying to find my...
Trying to find what, Sue?
a picture of my knee replacement. Well, my x-ray, but I can't find it.
He had his knee replaced. You find the x-ray, you can show him.
Oh, okay.
That's rude, by the way.
Is it, am I allowed to show that on the internet?
It's not my internet.
All right. Where'd Steve go? This is the proof that I'm half black. I just can't find it.
I'll tell you what, guys. Sponsor or no sponsor, I like this bucked up stuff. I really do. That's good. Mixed with coffee.
It is good. This stuff.
That was good, wasn't it? The Blue Razzle.
Yeah.
These buckshots, Blue Razzle, dude. That's my favorite flavor. They got the big energy drinks too. They're like monsters, but you got to get a mail order.
Where are they made out of? Where are these guys?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. Get you all more details. And they got the little packets and stuff if you want to bring them to the range and pour in your water bottles. Full disclosure, I've not tried these yet. They went with a different flavor, one I haven't tried yet. So we'll see. More to follow on that. Hey guys, before Sue takes off and before we bring Steve on, I just wanted to mention to you guys that not this October, because I'm going to be doing our Patreon event, and I just had a knee replacement. You understand, a knee replacement. So normally twice a year we go down and we help run airborne school down in Florida at the Round Canopy Parachute Team.
In Palatka, Florida.
In Palatka, Florida. And it is always a great, great time. My son is going to be going down there so he can stay current. But the plan is for us to go parachute into Normandy, France in June. So I'll be at my 12 months
if
post-surgery.
we can find the funds, that's an expensive trip.
It is an expensive trip, so we won't be hitting you guys up for money yet, but I imagine I'll be passing the hat because I got to pay for Emery, I got to pay for Sue, I got to pay for my son, because we're going to film the whole event over there. Anyways, it's such a great time, and I keep getting comments from you guys, a lot of comments on, hey, Carl, I want to go parachute. I want to go do this. I'm scared. Matter of fact, last weekend we ran our low light, no light shooting course. We had 9 students, and a night vision, shooting, pistols, rifles, even did CQB clearing with UTM under nods. It was a great, great course. But they kept asking about parachuting in Palatka, Florida. Who can do it? Anything. And by the end of the course, remember, I got 9 students. By the end of the course, I had 3 of them convinced to sign up to go. And so if you guys are interested, if you've ever wanted to be airborne, or if you've got like an old uncle or grandfather that was in the airborne way back when, and you want to do something to honor them, if you know somebody that's suicidal or in a bad way, just needs to get his mind focused on something else, bring them down there to Palatka, Florida. You go to rcptusa.com and they'll sign you up. They're doing it in October, last week October. They're also doing it again in March. I will be there in March. As a matter of fact, I am the airborne commander for the whole event in March. It's going to be a great, great time, and I can't stress it enough, guys. It is awesome. And anyways, we have a short video that we filmed where it is one of the last jumps. You've already been through airborne school. I've already pinned wings on the Emery. I've already pinned wings onto my son. I've already pinned wings on the Chad and all these other guys. So our last jump together as a group, they're like, Carl, we're going to give you the whole stick. So we go up. We have
Tactical rifleman stick, yeah.
We have the C-47 Tycho Bell, that actual airplane. It's a World War II airplane that actually did the drop in Normandy, Market Garden. And Angry American, Chris Weatherman was on the plane with his phone filming it. Emery has a GoPro on his head. And we had a GoPro out at the end of the wing so you could see us all exiting the plane.
What he means by a stick is a group of men, a group of 8, 9 individuals. 9 of us, one after another, jumped out that door.
I got to be jump master. How cool is it for a father to be able to jump master a World War II airplane with his son being the #1 jumper? My son Nicholas was the #1. Right behind him, a couple back, was Emery. And how cool is it for you guys to? I'll be right there with you. And how cool is it for you to be able to put on that parachute and we go up in a World War II airplane and I will do the jump commands. I'll lead you out the door, and when we get on the drop zone, I'll come up and shake your hand, and it's a good jump, guys. It's a good time. I'll tell you what, you don't believe me, do you? I'm going to play the video real quick. I'll see you back in a minute. Follow me!
Yeah, baby! Open motherfucking shoot! Fucking beautiful. Damn it. Oh, that was a good one. Yep. Yeah, Nick. Oh, that's Carl. Hey, brother.
Good jump.
Fuck yeah.
Excellent jump. Not bad, right? Like, good break for me to put my leg up on the table and rest my knee for a couple minutes. I'm sorry, guys. So why do I play this video, right? Because you're on a live stream. You guys don't want to watch videos. You want to watch us live. Here's why. Because one, I think it's important that people see how much fun that this is. But two, Round Canopy Parachute Team is a nonprofit organization. It costs a lot of money to pull that C-47 antique airplane out of the museum in Jacksonville, Florida, and bring it out twice a year. It does. It costs a lot of money. And everybody down there are volunteers, all the jump masters, the staff, everything. They do such a great, great job.
We were just saying during
Yeah.
during while you guys were watching it, Carl and I were saying, where else in the there's not too many people that can say they actually jumped out of a C-47
C-47.
that flew over Normandy.
That actual plane.
And the actual plane flew over Normandy with the actual static line you're hooked up to.
Yeah.
World War II paratroopers jumped out over Normandy and Operation Market Garden.
Yeah, it towed a glider and had paratroopers on board. It was also involved in the Berlin airlift, that very serial numbered airplane. So it's kind of cool, guys. So if you want to jump, meet us down there. You can sign up at rpcusa.org or just Google Round Canopy Parachute Team. You're not going to miss it.
Talk to John Hofstadter, my buddy, 10th group guy.
But even if you don't want to jump, you're an older guy or you just like, no, that's not for me. If you
come down, come down and have barbecue with us.
Come down and watch.
Yeah.
If you're local or anything, but if it lays on your heart that you want to help a lot of the people, because you understand they've brought a bunch of people off the ledge from committing suicide, that they just needed something. Because understand, no matter how bad the troubles are in your life, when you're standing in the door, nothing matters. It don't matter if your wife messed around on you. It don't matter if you've got stage 12 cancer. It don't matter. When you're in the door, no matter how heavy life is on you, nothing matters when you're in that door. And
I gotta say, there's no such thing as an atheist when you're getting ready to jump out that door.
No, you're
like,
thanking God for air hitting the bottom of the parachute. You're thanking God that gravity is not as bad on Earth as it is on Jupiter. You know, there are a lot of things that we're happy for. thanking God for. So anyways, if you want to donate, again, Round Canopy Parachute Team, USA.org, and you can a $5 donation, $500 donation, whatever you can pull off.
Look at this. It says the titanium in my rod says no, I can't jump. They do. The end of the course is a water jump.
Yeah, they do a water jump at the
actually
end.
Go out to the St. Johns River and we recover you out of the water.
I'm jumping anyways, even though I just had a knee replacement. Why? Because I've got good knee braces. Command Sergeant Major Rick Lamb, he got me these knee braces that are made for professional motocross racers. And basically, you could completely wreck your motorcycle. Your ankle would break off. Your whole leg would break off and roll down the track. Your knee's perfectly fine. So I'm not worried about my knees at all. I'm not. So anyways, but that's why I'm not jumping this October. I'm going to wait a year before I put my parachute on. And that will give my knee plenty of time to heal up.
Ghost says, I hate heights, but I would jump with the TR team. Now,
Come out. Seriously.
Some of you Patreons met Jeff Matt, the guy who did the Ghost Tour there at one of our Patreon courses there in Kentucky, up on the Ohio River.
Yeah.
Jeff Matt was the honor grad in my jump school when he was 17 years old. Absolutely cannot stand on a stepladder. He hates heights too. But you'd be amazed when you're jumping out of an airplane. Being scared of heights or having a fear for heights has nothing to do with it.
You understand, it's good to have a fear of heights. I had explained to me by an old sergeant major that used to be a Golden Knight, and he actually turned his wings in. He actually resigned. And I want to say he had like 3 24-hour free fall certificates, right? And basically each jump you get 60 seconds of free fall. Give you an idea how many jumps this guy had. And the deal was with him was he got on the ground and he said he realized he wasn't scared of jumping anymore. And I thought that was weird because I was young Private Erickson, but then he explained it to me. He said, fear that you can't overcome, that overwhelms you, that's bad. That is weakness, all right? But you understand, fear and you facing that fear, not only are you facing that fear, but that fear keeps you sharp. It keeps you from forgetting to check your helmet and check your parachute. It keeps you from forgetting all your emergency procedures. Fear is a good thing. Being up on that ladder, you need to be scared because you're about a 13-inch lane away from falling. Right? So fear is not a bad thing. So for somebody to say, well, I'm scared of dogs, I'm scared of snakes, I'm scared of spiders.
Scared of marriage.
And I'm like, me too. You know, I'm scared of all these things, but I used to keep tarantulas in the barracks as pets. I've played with so many snakes. I've fed a green snake up my nose and pulled it out through my mouth at a shooting competition just to freak the other competitors out. I actually did better on that stage than them because they thought I was a nutbag. See, right? It's psychological operations, right?
Thought you were a nutbag?
All right, but my point though is, all right, maybe I'm a nutbag. Face your fears, all right? And if you're scared of heights, perfect opportunity for you to say, you know, I went up in an airplane with Carl and I went out the door scared to freaking death, and you know what? I survived and I walked away. It is. So anyway, it's a great time, guys. All right, enough.
Scared of my ex-wife. When you're on a plane, it's hard for you to get served divorce papers.
Yes, there ain't no lawyer getting on that plane with you. No. There's just not. I'm gonna have some more apple cider.
Just jump out the door.
More apple cider.
Oh, it looks like we're sleeping on the couch. We have Steve here. He can drive us home.
Steve's going to drive you guys home. Yeah, good luck with that.
I like these shot glasses.
Yeah.
Are they from the
They're a gift from a patron?
From Bucked Up?
No.
Oh, those are
You
cool.
spilled yours.
No, yeah, that's one of y'all lick that off. It's all good. All right, so we've had a couple more questions come in.
Pretty good.
Yeah, let's see where I left off. All right.
I know what's going to happen. I'm not doing this. I know your tricks.
No, lick the desk. Lick it up.
Really, on the internet?
Lick it up.
Easy. All right, we already did that one. We're going to the next one. This is from the Gustache 2531. You know, his mom must have had a bunch of kids. She had the
We already
serial
pissed
number.
him off. You said, sir.
Sir, do you have any?
Hey, sir.
Do you have
Hey,
any
sir.
information on Angry American's next book release featuring you, Chad, and Emery? By the way, Emery's voice on Audible sounds like Boris from the Bullwinkle cartoon.
Okay, hold on.
Don't
Don't
ruin
ruin this for me.
He hasn't heard it yet.
I'm
He's
on
doing
book
all.
8.
He's doing all the books on Audible. So Emery needs more road trips.
I'm on book 8. I'm getting through it. We actually.
I'm telling you, they typecasted that perfect because the guy that does your voice sounds more Jewish than you are. You can hear how big the guy's nose is on Audible, right? And then the guy that does Chad's voice, he even sounds fat.
He sounds
He
fat.
sounds fat. And now they
I was
got me
gonna say that,
wrong,
but then I
right?
was
Because
like-
they make me sound like I was a sergeant major or something. I don't know. But he got 2 out of 3. He did. He got 2 out of 3 really, really good. Do we have any information? Yes, we do. But you know what? I'm not going to spoil it for you. Why? Because one, Chris is promising us certain things, but understand there's going to be another big gun battle. Why? Because it's a sequel. Every next book has to have a big gun battle.
Major
But
battle.
anyways, we might even be bringing in another character. We'll see.
Steve Holland?
We'll see. No, we're gonna bring Drew LaRue in first. But
That's spelled-
anyways,
For those of you guys who are concerned, that's spelled Jeaux. Jewelaroo. Jeaux.
He came up with
Jewelaroo.
He came up with that
how you say it on my
road
phone.
trip. Long road trip.
when I pick up
can
my
see the
phone
gears turning.
and I go, "Hey Siri, call Sue LaRue," she says, "Calling sucks, Larry."
Oh, hold on.
Sucks Larox.
Wait a minute. I'll show you right now. Call Sue LaRue.
I don't see a Sue Larry in your contacts.
What? Hold on. Of course it fails when I'm.
Why? Because it's
Call
live.
Sue LaRue.
I don't see a Sue
God, really?
You changed
Really?
the contact.
Oh shit! You're
God,
right.
you're a moron. You just
Call
told him
Sue
that.
I
LaRue.
don't know how to respond to that.
Oh my God.
Call Sue LaRue. Call Sue LaRue.
Calling Soaks Laro.
Calling Soaks LaRue.
Calling Socks Larry. Calling Socks Larry. Come on, that shit's funny.
Sounds like Susan trying to say that.
Calling Socks Larry. All right, guys. Steve has hauled in like 4 bags. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, filming great videos. Even you, Sue. Thanks for the comic relief. We can have intelligent conversations, and then we can let Sue screw it up.
You know what?
Thank you, Sergeant Major, for letting me.
Oh, he's a
Sergeant
king, Sergeant Major.
We'd eat your range. I got tick bites and ant bites all over me. I'm gonna go check my.
You want
butt
to show him where you
crack.
had your
No
nipples
joke.
removed?
No joke.
He got
I
his
had
nipples
I had to-
removed.
I had to peel a goddamn tick off his ass this morning.
We don't use the GD word here.
I thought it was only fuck. We're not supposed
Oh
to
yeah,
say.
oh, yeah, you're right. I was wrong.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Damn, man, they went the counter again. Damn it!
Fudge. Fooey.
That is the best
Fudge
apple
knuckle.
pie moonshine I've had all day
You know
long.
what? Sergeant Major. Before we get off, can we do another little? Hey,
Get
that's my
off.
cup.
Get off.
Get off the live stream.
Oh, okay.
What's going on in your mind? God, Sue.
I'm married.
I feel so bad for you, Robbie. I love you, Robbie, but you don't make good decisions.
Sue's last wife is actually watching. By
Last
last I
wife?
mean final, because Sue's not allowed to divorce her because she's too awesome. So she gets to actually cry over the casket.
You know,
well, me and Emery stand up there and do the eulogy. We started writing parts of it.
Exactly. We
These guys
had
had
this
me measured up
conversation.
for a casket last after SHOT Show last year.
We had this conversation yesterday, you and I, and I was like, God damn it, Sue, because he was blaming me for having cancer, and I was like, You didn't have cancer, you Nancy. You had a fungus. I already wrote your eulogy. And it was hilarious. And I had to dump it in a drawer somewhere.
And of course, I'm trying to figure out how many mealworms do I need to have in a bag, slip into the casket so I can get the skull out in time to put in the man room before they bury it. And yeah, it's hard. These things, I didn't mention that part, did I?
If you see the crooked tooth up there, you know it's my skull.
Oh, all right, guys. To
Cheers,
2
guys.
more days of great TR videos.
That's right.
We're gonna have a good time. We're
Great,
gonna have a good
great
time.
Alright.
job in
Good time.
Palatka.
They're bringing
Yep.
the POF intervention tomorrow.
Revolution.
Revolution.
Yeah, we're doing a
Revolution.
thing on the Revolution. Badass.
Rob Pincus has got a new pistol out. He wants us to do a review on. We're gonna put a few more rounds through it, and so we can give you guys pros and cons, right? 'Cause we don't just do marketing stuff. We're gonna tell you guys the truth. You guys know I'm a Glock
by the
guy.
way, he didn't just send it. He actually sat us down at SHOT Show,
Yep.
and we did an entire walkthrough of the gun with him. We just didn't get to shoot it. Now we get to shoot it. We'll give you our opinion.
Yep. You videotaped that too, didn't you?
We did videotape it, but I think it's on Rawson's camera. I got to get that.
Yeah, no
footage.
worries, no worries. We'll plug a couple clips in as B-roll. You guys like B-roll in the videos. Yep.
One more thing. Hey, the guys did buckshot. This stuff is fantastic. Came in here looking for a nap. I'm good to go.
You're good to go. Buckedup.com, guys. Seriously. I appreciate them. I appreciate them hanging out with us. And I guess I don't need my energy drink now. Now that I've got all this apple pie moonshine in me, up and
Now
down,
we're like-
up and down.
Now
up
we're
and
like
down, up
deer in the headlights.
Honestly, I'm surprised. It's not bad.
It's good
It's
stuff.
really not bad.
Good stuff.
The stuff
All right.
you get at the gas station.
On your way out, guys, that goes in the fridge. And
Yeah, the fridge.
this fridge.
honest, if you want to take it with you, I owe you guys so much anyways. It's no big deal. So,
Why'd you put your cigar out in it?
Oh, by the way, she said do not eat the cinnamon stick.
Eat the cinnamon stick. Gotcha. Roger that.
I'm just delivering the message,
Sue,
guys.
you want the big half or the little half?
You see what I got to work with, guys? All right.
Where's Steve? More questions?
Steve left. Yeah, we got a bunch. We've been running our mouth here. All right. We already did that one. Sucks Larry. Did you met Stanislav
Stanislav,
Gazok? He was in 2 rep around 1991.
Let's see. 1991, I was actually a deserter from the French Foreign Legion for 5 years by then. I deserted in 1986.
Yeah, when the French
Answer
would
your
not.
question, no.
Yeah, when the French would not let Ronald Reagan fly his F-111s over the top of France, he made them fly around. He basically said, "Okay, fine." So the pilots were really, really tired by the time they got to Libya, and they accidentally bombed the French embassy. One
Get out
plane
of
did.
town.
Seriously,
Really?
a heart attack. Go look it up. Why? Because Ronald Reagan was freaking awesome.
Yes, he was.
Ronald Reagan was awesome.
And Francis Mitterrand made Jimmy Carter look like a warmonger. Oh my God, it was horrible.
All right.
It was interesting
blah, blah,
times.
blah.
Interesting times.
No, we had some more here.
If I can find my knee replacement video.
All right, Big Tuna wants to know, Carl, will they still let you jump with your replacement knee?
Hey.
This one's from Ghost. How much bail?
How much ballpark?
How much ballpark?
for the
How much
for
what?
the for the jump for the course?
You know,
I'm gonna say it's under $1,000 for the
yeah.
whole course.
Oh yeah. Well under 1,000. I want to say it's. You
It's
got to
like
be a member of
$800
Round
or
Canopy Parachute Team. That's like $50, $60.
75.
The event
75.
is $250, and then you're just doing parachute rentals. But it's a great time. They do dinners at night out there at Skydive Palatka. They've got a clubhouse out there.
Oh,
I
the
actually
course-
camp out there
The course
with my
is a little
camper.
more to get your base.
Yeah, but honest guys, it's not bad. Random American Howdy, brother. This is a non-gun question. Looking at buying a kayak, sit in or sit on top kayak. What are your thoughts on the pedal gear available for kayak? That's 2 questions. That's Sue in the French Foreign Legion. All right, for kayaks, guys, here's the deal. I like a sit-in kayak because it gives me the ability to, one, be a little lower center of gravity, but more important to me is I can swamp it and hide it if I need to. Instead of having to pull it up on land to hide it, I can hide it underwater. For most people, though, unless you're doing like whitewater kayaking, if you're doing lazy river, always go with a sit-on. The advantage of that is if you flip it, all you got to do is flip it back over. You don't have to swim it to shore, which would suck when you're a quarter mile out in the bay, by the way. And you can actually just flip it and get back in it. You can't do that with a sit-in.
Same
Let
thing
me add to that.
with
Hold on.
canoes. Same things with canoes. When I do trapping in
Yeah.
the wintertime, I try to put traps in the river for beaver and river otter. If I'm in a canoe and I
Whose
turn
phone
my
is losing
canoe
their
over,
mind?
I got to drag it back to this bank, and I got to actually lift the canoe out of the water, dump the water, and turn it back over.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Hold on. I have a bit of a different opinion. I would go.
JP
I
Cherry,
would,
why are you trying to call me when we're on live stream? You know better than that.
I would go with a closed kayak, and I'm not talking about whitewater. I used to whitewater kayak. I'm not good.
What do you mean by closed? He's saying
a
sit in. Sit in.
It's closed. It's just you don't have a spray skirt on them, but they're closed, right? As opposed to sit on top.
Why?
For a lot of reasons. A, stability. You're going to get more stability.
I disagree. A lot of the wider sit-on ones are actually because they're
For fat people.
but they're more stable. They are. I hate to say it.
I
You were
I
raised
don't
in
know.
the desert. What would you know about
But
kayak?
your other one was
You
the pedal stuff. The pedal stuff is you moving your feet and it kicks flippers on the back, and that's for fishermen that can't afford a bass boat and basically want to go out fishing. No, I'm serious. Use a paddle.
Above-ground swimming
No,
pool?
yeah, I'm serious. You use a paddle. I know guys that show up to like Operation Valkyrie and they have the little pedal thing for propelling, and that shit's always broke.
No, that's
the
not
first
a
month
thing.
you got
That's
it.
not a thing, guys. But I tell you what, we saw really fun.
No, but it's a legitimate question though, because
It
that's
is.
modern. It's modern stuff.
It
But
is.
understand, not all options that are available. You shouldn't always get every option
Hey,
that's available.
great
out there.
idea there, donut eater. We need a
What did he
video
say?
proving who's right.
Who's right?
So you
her?
can have
Who's right-er?
you can have your kayak, you can have your kayak,
don't
and
have
I'll
a
have
kayak.
my canoe.
There you go.
Well, that's right. He
We'll
doesn't
do
have a
it.
kayak because it
and-
sunk.
All right, we already did that one.
I believe the correct
We already
terminology
did that
is sank.
one.
It's
We
sank.
already did that one.
Yeah,
That
you
one was
sound French,
blurry.
too.
There's another one here. This is from Invader137. Question for Emery. I came across an Israeli video showing the carrying in condition 3 and quickly unholstered, racked, aimed. Is that something you all really do? I'll let you answer it, but honest guys, Emery doesn't do that. I'm here to tell you, Emery does not do that.
Well, I don't, for the most part. It depends on where I'm carrying and all that. But it is something that is done in certain units. And the idea is... There's a lot of ideas. There are actually some good units that on occasion do that as well. It's a big, long discussion. I'm not going to get into the whole thing because it'll monopolize 2 hours.
No, but go ahead.
But
I'm gonna give
where
my 2
that
cents. on it.
started is this. Understand... That's not mine. Mine's on vibrate.
No, it's on mine. It's mine.
Understand that for... Hold on. I can't talk and read.
I know you're slow.
A lot of the people who get guns in a lot of the units, they're younger. And when you go home, right? This isn't... When you go on an op, right? I've never been on an op with an empty chamber. Period. End of story. Ever. But a lot of the younger guys, right? They're 19, 20.
And they're going home.
And they're going
with their
home
gun.
on the bus.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going home on the bus and you got an empty chamber. And if you do a little bit of training, it's actually not slow either. But it is slower. If you're on op, No, I've never gone on op with an empty chamber.
All right,
period.
now, before all you Americans bash them, because I hear so many Americans bash the Israelis, well, that's stupid, that's slow. All right, let's look at your U.S. military, your U.S. military. You go to a U.S. military base in a combat zone, let's say Camp Liberty in the middle of Baghdad. Camp Liberty, your U.S. Army troops were not even allowed to have a magazine in the gun. They were not allowed to have a magazine. The gun had to be completely
back
unloaded.
before GWAT. Look at the
We're
U.S.
not allowed
Marines
yep.
in 1983 in Lebanon.
We're not allowed to have a magazine in the gun.
Magazines in the gun, and a van drove right through the checkpoint into the building, killed 240 Marines.
Fast forward to Camp Liberty, I want to say it was 2007, 2007, somewhere in there. First Cav showed up, and in their first 30 days, now remember, this is a base where no one is allowed to have a loaded gun. They have a clearing barrel at the chow hall. You have to pull out your unloaded pistol, drop the magazine, which you're not allowed to put a magazine in. You have to rack the slide. Remember, you're not allowed to have any ammo in it. And you have to point it into the clearing barrel and pull the trigger. At the chow hall, in their
barrel
first...
full of sand, by the way.
Barrel full of sand. Their first 30 days, they had 45 accidental discharges. 2 were from the same lieutenant colonel, who's not allowed to load his gun. Right? The general ate that boy's ass alive. All right, which is funny because I was the SF guy, the SF Sergeant Major, walking around with my pistol completely loaded the whole time. Why? Because I didn't care that they told me to unload it. When I went to chow hall, I popped the mag out of it. I still kept around in the chamber. Why? Because I'm a violator. All right, don't judge me. But my point is, before you go judging the Israeli military, look at our military. And so why don't we let our troops carry loaded firearms on base like that? And because the reality is, who is on the base? Your colonels, your satellite imagery analysts, your mechanics,
MPs,
your MPs. Now the MPs carry loaded guns. I'll give them that. But your cooks, those are not combat troops. So you understand, they got trained on the gun. They qualify twice a year. But other than that, they had to keep a loaded gun or a gun with them. They had to have one magazine on the side of the gun to put in if a gunfight broke out. But the reality is, most troops, everybody contributes to the fight. All right, 10% of the U.S. military are combat arms. That Green Beret, you guys think Green Beret, you think Rambo or Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, a Green Beret, that hero, is what makes him so awesome is the other 100 people wrapped around him, all the support kids, the other guys on his A-team, the mechanics that preparing the minigun on the vehicle, the day walkers, all the intel analysts that are getting all the intel ready for the hit that night, the Predator operators that are driving the roads ahead of us to make sure there's no roadside bombs. Those are the guys that make us more, I'm good. All right. They're trying to pour me more apple juice. I'm cut off on apple juice, by the way. Apple juice and chocolate coffee just don't mix very well.
Tell you what, Carl.
So anyway, don't bash the Israeli military for their position, for their what we call Condition 3. It's better for guys on vacation. And but unfortunately, that's all that's on the internet. So that's how people judge a lot of the Israeli military.
There is some truth to it, and I'll think about it. We'll do a video at some point discussing it. How's that? We'll discuss it. Drink up, Sue.
When I first met Emery, I invited him. I'm like, Emery, come join on my team. Come do some videos with us. Emery actually, that was one of the videos Emery wanted to add. But he also had this one, Why I Throw Magazines. And here's the cool part, though. Emery has made me a better person. I have learned certain things from Emery. One man CQB, a bunch of other stuff. I have made Emery a better person. I've rounded off certain corners of Emery, and I've made Emery a better person. Just like Sue helps, well, maybe not Sue, but
I've been on suicide watch ever since I've been Emery.
Carl and I, for the last few years, have been on suicide watch.
yeah, Sue.
We're making sure other people
Oh,
go.
that's
this time,
punny.
too.
That's punny. That's punny.
It is punny. It is punny. I made a pun.
All right, guys. Safe travels
outta here.
home.
All right.
Bail, Masalama, Ya Walid. We'll see y'all
Love you
later.
guys.
My salami. We'll see you later.
All right. Susan has sent us some more questions. I got Steve Holland here. He's
Holland.
ready to jump in with us. Condition 3. I think that was the last one. Got another one here from the Donut Eater. Ask M or E if he has a video on his swearing in for citizenship when he was 17. Sorry, I missed that one for Emery. I don't believe he has a video he would want to share with you guys. I think that's it for questions. You guys taking those banners? Hey, safe travels, guys. Hey, if you're not good to drive, honest, hit the couch out there or go rack out in the man room. All right? You know you're coming back here in the morning, Sue. You good? Okay. All right, he's no joke going to go watch season 5 of Game of Thrones. Who am I? I'm not going to judge. All right, so, guys, I got Steve Holland. Hey, Sue. Can you grab something to wipe that down real quick? Guys, look at this mess these boys left on the table here. Can you see all this? Oh, you're going to wipe it with my jacket. Okay, here, give it to me.
I'll give it here.
No. Hold on. I got a shirt right here. Check this out, guys. I got this brand new. Check that out. Ain't that sexy? Bucked Up. I appreciate them sponsoring. I got it. All right, we got to get this apple juice off the table before Steve Holland shows up. It's a little sticky. It's not too bad. All right, guys. So I've got the film crew in from New York City. They're going to be here for a couple more days. And we've got a stack of great videos. How you doing, Steve? Come on in. Come on in. That is... he's going to put his glasses on. That is a good-looking shirt, Steve. Guys, check that out.
That's a good-looking shirt on a good-looking
Damn.
Look at
Damn.
that.
I got it. Did you wet it down a little bit? They clean up the table for you, Steve. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Oh, that smells good.
See you tomorrow.
Love you, brother. Be good, man.
I'm all sticky.
Treat yourself.
So what's new, Steve? What you know?
The truth is, today is all about the truth. As we always say, the truth.
The truth.
The word for the day, TR Nation, is righteous. That's the word for the day. Righteous with a suffix. Righteousness.
Righteousness.
We're going to talk. We got time. We got time to talk. I'm not going to throw this out at you and not follow up on it. Okay. So bear with me. All right. So
Do I need to give you the floor, or you good?
No.
Okay.
You stay here.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. It's just
So
some things.
have you put notes together on your AR that takes AK mags? I don't want to spoil it for them.
I have.
You have?
I have.
What day are you coming
I
up to
have.
film?
Tomorrow,
What time tomorrow?
about 1300.
Okay. I got Pete Jones coming at 1300.
Okay.
Can you come in the morning? Late morning?
No.
Oh,
Can't do it in the
noon?
morning. No.
Can you do 3 p.m.?
I can do 3 p.m.
All right, let's do 3 p.m.
Okay,
3
that's
p.m.
good.
tomorrow.
That's all good.
3 p.m.
That's all good.
We'll make it work.
Now-
Make it work.
To our Australian brothers and sisters, I always have to give you a shout out. Aussie. Let me hear it, chat room. Let me hear it. Bring it to me.
All right, I got a question here for Steve. This is
Question for
from
Steve.
Mr. Lovell. What
Okay.
does Steve Holland think of the E-squared chamber tech and 5R rifling that POF uses in their barrels?
That's a mouthful.
E2 chamber tech and 5R rifling that POF uses in their barrels?
I am familiar with 5-hour rifling from the days when Remington first started doing it, and then Rock Creek Barrel.
What is a 5R rifling?
5-hour rifling is I used to know all these things. It's basically rifling without the sharp edges.
Okay.
Did I get that right? I know that when Remington first came out with it, and then Mike Rock and Rock Creek Barrel, they did it. I mean, I forget a lot of things.
Steve, all you got to do is say you're not familiar with it.
No, I'm familiar with it. I just don't
No, but
remember
I'm
the
saying
exact,
that the E squared
scientific
E squared chamber.
I don't know E squared chamber. That is beyond me. Obviously, as I always say, TR Nation, if you're into something, whether it's something proven or something that the new hotness, if it works for you, then it works for you. You guys ask me a lot of questions about technical things about the most accurate AR and rifling and ballistic coefficient on certain projectiles, stuff like that. As I always say, if it works for you, it works for you. And beware the man or woman that owns only one firearm. He or she might know how to use it. Okay?
On live stream, guys text me in the middle of crazy shit, right?
I know.
Call
I'm doing the same thing.
me next week. A guy, the Emery gave my number to somebody who wants to do business. Call me next week. How's that? That was easy enough. Man, some of that stuff's from Steve Holland. All right. That was that one. All right, guys, I think we are caught up. Chad had a question. Chad won the slot giveaway for the high-risk travel course this week.
Okay.
He had a question of what he has to pack for that class. Does he need to bring anything? No, bring comfortable clothes and just a good attitude. Understand, it's a lot of classroom work on the first day. We'll be doing improvised weapons, things like that. Day 2, we start off with escapology, getting out of chains, ropes, zip ties, flex cuffs, handcuffs, all kinds of stuff. And then you'll start doing surveillance and counter surveillance route planning. And it's a fun course. You need to bring eyes and ears. Nope, you don't. Just bring yourself. Bring a good attitude. We'll have student handouts that you can take notes in. If you want to bring an extra notepad or something like that, that's fine. But big thing, bring comfortable clothes. Things you don't mind getting dirty. You will be thrown into the trunk of a car. Why? Because shit happens. No big deal. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, you guys on the, like I said, on 5-hour rifling. Hope I got that right. One of the other things that we looked into back when we were working rifles, and
I'm going to hit the head real quick. My phone keeps dinging.
why don't you hit the head, brother? That you guys might be a little bit interested in. I'm trying to think. It's been a while. Oh my gosh, it hit me in a minute. So anyway, guys, one of the things I want to talk to you about, let me grab my haversack. Okay, grab my haversack. Is you guys remember last couple of shows I showed you ammunition from SBR down in Brunswick, Georgia, and it's not short barrel rifle. I know everybody, the nation. So you say SBR, they say short barrel rifle. It's Southern Ballistic Research. Very interesting company. Myself, Carl, and Emery, we visited SPR during our adventure down to the Big Daddy Unlimited and to Brunswick. That was during the Ahmaud Arbery trial. Very interesting. Very, very interesting trip. Southern Ballistic Research is a small ammunition company, but they're very good quality. There's an opportunity that we can provide, or they're going to provide, in our assistance with a TR Nation discount. Okay, if you go to Southern Ballistic Research, I always say there's a search engine. It's called Google. I'm not going to do all your work for you. Look at their pricing on 1,000 round ammunition of 5.56 and the individual boxes. There's going to be a TR discount code set up, and whatever price comes up on that, on the 1,000 round can of 5.56, the TR Nation discount code is going to be not 10, 20%. 20%. The TR discount code is going to be TRM7. Tango Romeo Mike 7. So check it out. Go take a look at them. They make very good ammunition. I previewed their 375 SOCOM, which is a thumper. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to get that on video for you guys. I'm going to try to do some picks here with you guys. And I was watching the news yesterday, and politicians, they're back into their scare mode. They talked about the war in the Ukraine and the shortage of wheat in America. And it's to me, it's like the pandemic. There's always layers and layers and layers of things that are going on politically that's affecting, the average American patriot like ourselves. And they've always used this scare tactic. Oh my gosh, the Ukraine produces, I forget what the exact number is, 65% of the world's wheat. Really? Really? And every time you hear them talking about a certain country and its effects on Americans, TR Nation, take your time to do your research, okay? Look at these countries and look at the size of these countries and just ask yourself, how could a country this size have that kind of impact on our economy? Think about it. The Ukraine is not even the size of Texas. Lithuania, where they're having this big get-together, is, I don't know, not even the size of Connecticut. They talk about the UK. They talk about, France with, global warming and all this other stuff. And we have this process of taking in what they say because they put that lead descriptive word up front. The country of North Korea fired a missile. The country of North Korea. North Korea isn't like half the size of Florida. Okay? I'm going to throw some pics up at you guys real quick. And just to kind of help you illuminate yourself. I'm working it. Okay, there we go. And that, my friends, is the Ukraine, the producer of 65% of the world's wheat. Take it in. Listen to what they talk about on the news. It's all creating paranoia. Okay? I mean, we're here in Tennessee, Kentucky. We were up in Louisville, Kentucky last week running night vision, low light training. And we must have passed hundreds of thousands of acres of corn and wheat. Okay? There's the Ukraine that produces 65% of the world's wheat.
Funny thing about wheat. Wheat is one of those things you grow where you can't grow anything else. Because wheat
That's Syria.
anywhere.
That's Syria, people, where we've been for the last, 5 or 6 years? fighting a war? That's Japan. And that is the United Kingdom. How often do we have politics that involve the United Kingdom, England, the great nation? That's the size of the United Kingdom as compared to the United States. I just want to keep that in mind. So, that being said, whenever you hear things being said on the news that's creating a scare, a little bit of paranoia, a little bit of shaky in the stock market, just take your time to do your research, okay? How could you produce 65% of the world's, not just United States, the world's wheat, not even the size of Texas? Think about that. Are you with me?
So what are you saying, Steve?
I am saying that it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all scare tactics. It's all smoke and mirrors, people. It's all smoke and mirrors. So, moving on, I want to thank you guys for responding out there in Aussie land with your oys. I always appreciate it. And what do you guys want to talk about? Well, I mean, you had Carl, you had Sue, you had Emery. That's the ultimate.
What questions you guys got for Steve Holland?
Questions you
the
got
legend.
for me?
Questions for Steve. Oh, here we go right here.
Go to legendary.
Here's one right here.
I'm just
this one
a
is
man
from
out there in the world trying
Susan
to be righteous.
Butcher, and it says, "Oi, oi, oi." Okay, I guess she's answering you back. All right. Thank you, Susan, for that comment for Steve, and that was awesome. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the show so far.
I want to give a shout out to our patrons that I
What
met
do you guys think? That
last
looks pretty
course.
good, don't it? Right?
Oh, it looks nice.
What? That's the logo from Bucked Up, dude. Right? It
Bucked
don't
Up.
look bad. It don't look
Bucked
bad at
Up.
all, does it?
Man, I'm showing off the abs. I want to shout out to our patrons, Steve and Carrie Walton from
You know,
the left coast, San Francisco.
They just signed up.
They sent us a little care package. Woo! Shaky, 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 shaky. And I want to thank Carrie for thinking about me during the Patreon course. She had some balls.
You don't say she and then go like that, Steve. You don't go like that.
She had a bag of balls that I really liked.
Malt balls. They were chocolate-covered malt balls.
Chocolate.
You get your mind out of gutter,
chocolate
people.
covered almonds with some coconut shreds on it. And she
really
said
good.
she said you can't eat just one. I was like, I got this. I ate about 15.
Yep. So
And so in the care package, she sent a call. She included
a package for Steve
a
Holland.
package for myself.
Nobody else, just me and Steve.
Thank you, Miss Carrie, for sending my balls.
They just signed up for Patreon
Did they not?
2023. They already signed up.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
If you're interested, if you're one of our patrons on Patreon, again, it doesn't matter what tier patron you are. You can be a $1 patron. We don't care. You can be a $1,000 patron. That would be even better. But again, it doesn't matter. Our Patreon course is in October. It's late October. It's going to be an awesome course. We're going to do little shooting ARs from the Little Bird helicopter. Again, we're going to get Steve up there shooting from the Little Bird helicopter.
Only if there's pigs.
We're gonna have us a
Gotta
good
have
time.
pigs. Gotta have pigs.
We're gonna have us a good time indeed, and yeah, it's great time. We've got more machine guns. We've got a bunch of antique guns coming this time. We're trying to get a range out there to do precision rifle. We're gonna do actual lock picking, not handcuffs. The new people that want to do handcuffs, okay, but for the more advanced people that have already taken the course a couple times, we're going to get into actual basic lock picking. There's a bunch of stuff we're going to get into. But the cool part about the Patreon course is they are shorter training days, and we take longer lunches, longer dinners, and we all go out as a group, as a family, as a Patreon family, Tactical Rifleman family. So we went to, remember, Hard 8 Barbecue?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh my God. I think the bill for alcohol was $3,000. No, it was $2,500 for alcohol. And the food was $3,000. $3,000.
And everybody had put it on Carl's tab.
Yeah.
Carl was like, "Don't nobody leave."
No, fortunately, we had another patron that said, "Hey, I can't make it to the course, but I will buy dinner that night." And he's an awesome gentleman. I don't want to throw his name out here because he lives behind enemy lines, but he is a great, great human being indeed. A personal friend of mine. Yep. Without
To the Patreon, Steve and Carrie. Steve, I tried to reach out to you after the Patreon course. I believe the phone number you gave me that was in your business card was a phone number to a fire station. And I know you're a fire chief. Can't try to track a fire chief on day-to-day business. I know you have to, managing everything. So reach back out to me, give me your cell phone number, and we'll link up.
I got a question here from Tony Dotson. Tony actually just took our low light, no light shooting course this past weekend.
Tony
had a great time.
Breathe. Breathe.
His
Tony.
question starts over with, "Hey Steve, no question. I just want to tell you that I am so glad to have finally met you at the course last week, and thank you for helping me with my D-ball." Thanks, man. D-ball is the IR aiming laser that we used on the AR rifles. I guess Steve must have helped them out with it on the range.
Yeah, Tony.
Don't get
brother,
frustrated.
You're part of the TR Nation. It is an honor for me when we're running training to work with great Americans like yourself.
That's where they all got the good-looking shirt.
I just, as I was saying during the training, just want you to relax. Just breathe. It's training. You're not under fire. But once you come in the fire, you got to use the same process. Just breathe, relax, enjoy. And to the rest of the class, I really enjoy working with you guys. Each and every time that I have the opportunity to run training and work with Carl, I learn something new. And that's why I always say, take every opportunity to go to any type training that you can get. I mentioned it during the class. I went to Thunder Ranch for 9 times. They said, well, someone as experienced as you, who's a trainer at the Special Forces unit, training snipers, but you go to these other schools because you always pick up something new, or you always remember something that you forgot. So Tony, it was an honor, brother. Enjoyed working with you, and your D-ball is just elevation and windage, elevation and windage.
All right, this one is from Marvin. What's up, Marvin? You gotta go. You gotta throw up your chin when you do it. Sup, Marvin? Sup, Marvin? Marvin goes by New York City Drummer 23. He is a law enforcement officer in New York City. Marvin, thank you for your service, brother.
I'm praying for you, brother.
All right, a question for Steve. I see a lot of YouTubers talk about the Mark 12 Mod H or Mod Holland. Do you know anything about this? ? Thank you.
Marvin. Yes, I do.
As a matter of fact,
I do.
Yes, he does.
I designed the Mark 12 SPR.
The original one.
The original Mark 12 SPR that was issued to our guys. We ran 18-inch barrels. After about the first year and a half in combat, the guys wanted to go to a little bit shorter barrel. And so I had cranes set it up for Precision Reflex to come down to Fort Campbell. And we retrofitted all the existing Mark 12s with 16.5-inch barrels. They were originally Packnor barrels. And John Noveski was a good friend of mine, and God bless his soul. He's a great American. Awesome, good man. He left Packnor, started Noveski barrels. I went with Noveski barrels, 16.5-inch. Precision Reflex was there for maybe 3 days on the retrofit. And then they started, without the government actually locking them in, saying you can't do this product outside of government. Everybody's got attorneys. They started selling Mark 12 Mod H for Holland. And,
that was the birth of it. Literally that easy. That Easy.
All the original prototypes of the Mod H was built by myself.
In his garage.
Some of it in my
Yeah.
garage, but most of the ones that we used when we started on Vesky barrels, everything about the Mark 12 started at 5th Group, and then we sent all the parts down to the USAMU with Chris Murray, who was their M16 armor, which he's awesome gun designer. And everything that Precision Reflex got was through Crane after we did the prototypes and designs down at the AMU. And of course, they had the contract to build, and then Crane gave nice armament as usual, a contract on what is known as the Mark 12 Mod 1, which of course is the Reignite parts. The only thing that we were able to keep Reignite away from was the Ops Inc. suppressors, because we didn't want nice armament suppressors on the Mark 12s. And so Ops Inc., which was run by Phil Seeberger, who was a World War II veteran, a great American, he was in his 80s. He couldn't really keep up. I didn't want him to lose the contract. So I paired him up with Barry Duke from Surefire. And that's how the Surefire suppressor division got started. So Precision Reflex has been making Mark 12 Mod H's for, I don't know now. I got out in 2008, and 14, 15 years. And, I just say, shame on them. Using my name.
So you're saying they're using your name and you haven't got a dime.
Using my name, my design, and I don't know.
Shame
Sometimes,
on you.
and don't get this wrong when I say this. So I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say why, because I've seen so many people in our profession, when they get out, they go out into the firearms industry and they are so successful. And I say, okay, if I am that good, and I am, guys, I'm a visionary. I could talk about the Mark 262 77 grain ammo. I could talk about the 6.8 SPC. I could talk about getting the miniguns out to the guys. I mean, I could talk about things that are visionary and support of the warfighter, but I see all these other guys prospering.
Off of
But
you.
no, they're prospering, but I'm the only guy that's like them that I'm not. So I wonder, well, what's the the difference? And I don't want to get into like racial barriers, but I'm just saying that I got guys to my left and right that got out that have prospered that I wouldn't give the fucking time of day if they were trying to design or build something, because I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. But they prosper, their families prosper. But on the Mark 12, Precision Reflex was like, psst, we use your name, yeah, but we got attorneys. Psst. LWRCI, shame on you. Psst. Silver State Armory, 6.8 SPC, shame on you. Psst. So I'm just saying, and I'm not gonna, you all know me, y'all know me, okay? I am not red, black, blue, green, or whatever. I'm an American.
We're green.
Yeah, we're green. I'm an American. Yeah. I'm just saying that, in this instance, yes, I do know about the Mark 12. If you guys remember, one of the shows we did about 4 weeks ago at Leatherwood Distillery, and there was a AR in the background. We never had a chance to get to it because I think we lost Wi-Fi in that. And one of the TR Nation in the chat room was asking, is that a 1.5 to 8 scope? Which all of the scopes that we did on the Mark 12 program, I worked directly with Leopold to design that whole line of scopes. And the rifle that was in the background was actually, if you go back to that episode, that was actually the first Mark 12 SPR built in 6.8 SPC. It's a beautiful system, as the former President Trump, number 54, said, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, yes, I do know about the Mark 12.
Slightly.
And we're Americans, right? Everybody has to get paid. Everybody has to make money. Everybody want to take care of their families. I just get this thing where you have someone that came from a facility when I first went to New Bremen, Ohio, was like a Quaker State oil station that they had bought. And they had 2 bays for parking cars, then it had a little office. They had one CNC machine. And look at Precision Reflex now. Go online, look at their facility. 200,000 square feet. Families, grandkids, great-grandkids going to Ivy League colleges. All of them going to church every Sunday praising God and being thankful for everything that their grandpa has got for them. You know, and I want them to be prosperous, but not at the cost of screwing another American. You know, you don't have to do stuff like that. You don't. Again, you got it started. You asked me about it. And remember I said at the beginning of this show, the word today was righteous. Okay? People, be righteous.
Be righteous.
Be righteous. Be kind. Okay?
And that's why we got Steve out of his hole, because you're not done yet, Steve. You're going to do more great things.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to make sure Steve gets credit for...
So anyway, I hope I answered your
Steve
question about the
deserved.
Mark 12. Can I? Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. But I got one more question for you.
Go ahead.
Another one. Question for Steve. This is from Donut, by the way, one of our moderators. The new Ruger, this is called SFAR, has 2 holes in the star chamber where the lugs lock up. Is this bad for debris getting in the chamber?
Donut, I have no idea. This is the first I've heard of it. 2 holes in the
star chamber.
In the star chamber.
Where the lugs lock up. I've never heard of a hole being there.
I'm not saying that some engineer at Ruger didn't one day start playing around and went, oh my gosh.
This will, in case there's water in the chamber, it will allow the fluid out. I don't know.
Yeah. Ruger's a good company. And I'm almost certain, especially the way firearms companies always focus on liability, I'm sure that they wouldn't be putting 2 holes in the star chamber unless there was a very good reason for it.
Sent me a picture right here. There's a big ass hole.
Okay, I see what
on
you're
the
saying.
side right there.
Okay,
to me, it looks like a spot where dirt could potentially get in there. But
or it's just blown out.
Yeah, or blown out. But one thing I will say is Ruger's not exactly known for their military firearms either. So, and remember, the reality is 99.9% of us are never going to get dirty again. You're just not. For home defense, for playing at the range, whatever. But, so in other words, for most people, they'll be like, well, it doesn't matter. When guys put cuts on the slide of their Glock to make it look cooler, make the slide lighter, they get their slides all cut up, put holes. So what? And to them, that's cool. That's what they want. But for me, personally, I don't want the chance of mud, debris, snow, whatever, getting in that slide. Because that's another way to induce malfunction. I don't want holes in the slide. What?
If it's a hotness and they want that hotness,
but that's what I'm saying. So don't it? If they designed it to help let water or whatever out, whatever they did, I'm sure they did it for a reason, and understand for 99% of the people, it will be fine. Open emitters on pistol optics, same thing. For 99% of the people, they're never ever going to get anything in there but belly button lint. They're just not. But for that 1% of us that hold ourselves to a higher standard, there is a difference. There really is. So, me personally, I wouldn't want those holes in my gun. All right.
I want to hold on. I want to give a shout out to my brother from another mother, Mike Durer, down in Tampa.
Is here. All
you
right.
would love Mike.
Yep.
You're going to love Mike. Mike is awesome. I could spend hours talking about Mike. Mike D, shout out to your brother. Looking forward to seeing you. I miss you. That being said, okay. Do you guys understand the word pending? Possible. Okay, keep up with me here. We are looking at having a TR Nation, TR Live, Tactical Tuesday live stream in St. Petersburg, Florida on the 29th of August of this year. Okay, get ready, write this down. Look up The Urban Steelhouse, St. Petersburg, is a restaurant and bar, awesome 5-star restaurant and bar, that was started by the horse soldiers of the 5th Special Forces Group who went into Afghanistan. You remember them from the movie 12 Strong. There's a possibility pending. We will be doing a live stream 29 August down at the Urban Steelhouse, run and owned by the horse soldiers, featuring, pending, the 3 entertainers we're looking at right now are going to either be 1, 2, or possibly 3, but probably 1 is going to either be Garth Brooks, John Rich, or Craig Morgan. Let that sink in, TR Nation. Let that sink in. Myself and Emery, because Carl won't be able to make it, are going to be hosting a live stream down at the Urban Steelhouse in St. Petersburg, Florida on 29 August, a normal time, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern, at the Urban Steelhouse, featuring Garth Brooks or John Rich or Craig Morgan. Or maybe 2 of them, maybe 3. I don't know yet. We're still trying to work it in, but there will be more to follow. Okay. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. This is awesome. I mean, the horse soldiers. We have 12 different non-profit organizations that are hosting a concert by either Garth Brooks, John Rich, or Craig Morgan on the 30th. On the 29th, Tactical Tuesday, we will have whoever the entertainer is on our show broadcasting from the Urban Steelhouse, where they're going to have the concert the next night on the 30th, which is that Wednesday night. So just keep that in mind. You guys know you're all invited. And we'll get it worked out. Of course, Carl will be pushing stuff out to everybody on Instagram, and we got more shows to go prior to that, but just keep that in mind that myself and Emery will be doing.
I got one here. I got you another question from Enlightened Photographer Steve. I don't want to excite the traumatic experience in the 6.8 SPC industry, but what magazines would you recommend? The main ones I see are C Products and ASC. Best magazine, best AR mags for 6.8 SPC.
Well, the best AR mags that I know of were the HK416 Delta model. HK416 Delta, which was the 6.8 SPC HK416.
So,
and the D doesn't stand for Delta like you guys like Delta Force, CAG, that kind of thing. Of course, they were involved in the project. I forget how many 416s
does it have
we
a
had
different
done.
follower in it, or what?
Well, remember when H&K came out with their steel mags?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, H&K mags, they're greater than the regular M16
You
aluminum
could hold
mag.
31 rounds in it instead of 30.
Right. And it had a steel body. It had the better follower, the better spring, where they took that mag. And the main thing with 6.8 mags, the grooves that are in a M16 mag, pleats, grooves, whatever you call it. Since the 6.8 SFC has a wider body case than 5.56, you have to relieve those grooves. You have to, open them up so it will not try to squeeze down into the mag. When HK did their HK mags in 6.8, they did the exact same thing.
Makes sense.
I don't know if they're still available now. I don't recall HK ever putting their 416 Delta 6.8 SBC out on the civilian market. I don't even own one. The only other 6.8 mag that I like, that I relied on, especially after I got out. Like I said, I have my gold carbine is a 6.8 SBC and a 7.62 by 39. I like the Barrett mags. I really like the Barrett mags. I haven't touched anything from Precision Reflex in like 15 years. Refuse to touch it. Shame on them. Their mags might be good. when I first started off with Dave and Tony and Sean, and we had a good working relationship, and
We got another one here for you.
and so I'm not going to say they don't have good mags. I haven't touched them in 15 years.
All right, I got another question here. This one's from Paul American. Question, Steve, what is the name of the company that makes the poly-cased ammo that you showed off?
The company that makes the polymer cased ammo that I showed a couple of different shows, it actually doesn't exist anymore. They pretty much got screwed over. I'm so disappointed in that. I worked with them several different times.
But you were actually looking for investors.
Yeah, I was looking for investors.
Has he given up on that, or does he still want to do it?
He still wants to do it, but
Because you found him investors. We found you investors.
Well, the first set of investors out of Alexandria, Virginia, this is 9 or 10 years ago, pretty much screwed him over. He and I found that they were trying to sell his patent to Remington. And you have companies out there that do polymer ammo, like True Velocity.
True Velocity, yeah.
The engineer that went to True Velocity and whoever the investors were in the startup of the company, he worked for this guy, and he basically walked away from that guy, took all his information, and they tried to work around his patent. The guy that I was working with, Cy Wiley, he still owns a patent. I mean, he beat the guys in D.C. when they tried to sell the patent to Remington. He won in federal court, but it cost him so much money. I mean, the guy's 74 years old. He's just like everybody else. He's just trying to make a living. And again, we go back to that word righteous and righteousness. You don't have to fuck people over in America to make a good living for you and your family. It's like crabs in a pot. Throw crabs in a pot, boiling pot. What do? Each one trying to crawl over the top of the other and get out of the fucking pot. All right? You don't have to do that, America. You really don't. You don't have to screw somebody over. LWRC, as long as I work with them, it just amazes me. Their contract with the Saudi Royal Guard for the LWRC 6.8 PDW carbine and the ammunition was like $115 million. Okay? Here I am, sitting here in Tennessee. They're like, oh, we'll let you go over as a trainer. Dude, I designed the 6.8. I help you get your whole piston op rod thing started, and you want to send me over and pay me as a trainer? Shame on you. And don't get me started with Silver State Armory. Yeah, I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there tonight.
All right.
Righteous.
Without further ado, another question. Hey, Steve, if you were to design a combat rifle from square one, how similar do you think it would be to an AR? If you ground up, if you were to build your own rifle.
Well, I was a guy that did the whole solicitation requirement, design specs for the SCAR. Okay, long story short, we were doing so much for the on the M4A1, but Colt owned the license for the M4A1. The government didn't own it. The government owns the M16. So I asked General Brown, who's the SOCOM commander at the time, during one of the meetings, briefings, I said, sir, we have this program which is overreaching, the M4A1 enhanced carbine, the SOPMOD programs, Block 1 and Block 2. I said, we're still trying to put we have $12,000 worth of optics, lasers, night vision sight, thermals, suppressors, everything else, $12,000 plus on a $600 carbine. Why don't we just build a new carbine? And thank God he looked at all his colonels and said, yeah, why don't we do that? And that was the beginning of the SCAR program.
I'm so glad the SCAR died.
But you know what?
Glad it died.
The SCAR died because FN fucked it up.
Yep.
Okay? FN did everything they could to not follow the specs. And then the government kind of screwed it up too at Crane because the requirement on weight screwed that rifle. It really did.
What we needed was a new cartridge. We didn't need a new gun.
Yeah, but
we needed a new cartridge.
We needed, in my opinion,
we needed
a piston gun which allowed us to have a folding stock, and we needed a quick change barrel, and that would have been awesome. The Marine Corps had a SCAR Mark 16, or the Scarlight, because there was no 16 and 17 until Warcom Navy SEALs came in with their 7.62 NATO requirement. I can't remember this guy's name. He's a major in the Marine Corps. He was down in St. Petersburg, Florida, and at a weapons IPT, and he stood up. He had a weapons case, and he said, "This is not for your approval or your acceptance. This is just for your situational awareness." He zipped open his case and he pulled out a SCAR light in 6.8 SVC. The room went crazy. Everybody from Picatinny and Crane and Rock Island, all these weapon programs people jumped up and ran outside with their cell phones. The Marine Corps got a SCAR in 6.8. How do we stop it? We got to stop them. What was the general's name of in the Marine Corps? He was with President Trump.
There's a couple. Riley,
Madison.
Madison. Mad Dog Maddox.
Maddox. He called me one day out of the blue, and I answered the call. I said, I didn't notice the number. I said, hello? He's not in my contacts. He goes, is this Master Sergeant Holland? I said, yes, it is. He goes, this is Colonel Maddox. I was like, Colonel Maddox says in the Marine Corps, Colonel Maddox? He goes, yes, it is. I said, okay, sir. I said, sir, I don't mean no disrespect, but I have no way to validate. He said, I'm going to hang up. I'm going to text you a phone number, and then you call that number. I said, okay. He hung up the phone. I called the number, and the secretary answered. Good afternoon, Office of the Marine Corps, blah, 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 blah. Colonel Maddox officer. I said, yes, ma'am. This is Master Sergeant Hollis. Yes, sir. Sergeant, I'll put you right through. I was like, oh, shit. And he talked to me about the 6.8. He was a war fighter.
Yeah.
A lot of colonels aren't. He was a war fighter. And he had been contacted by Gary Roberts, who was part of the team on our 6.8 program. And he did all the jail block evaluations, other than the FBI Ballistic Research Facility in Quantico. I think that's where Colonel Maddox learned about it from B2.
Yeah.
And he was on board. He was all about it. He said, you know what? I've seen everything that you don't have to tell me about. It is a better killer for our warfighter, and I want it. I said, sir, how can I assist you?
Yeah.
And it's just so many people in place that, like Lake City Army Ammunition Plant, the swamp, the lobbyists, the defense industry, they again, generational money, generational funding, kids, great grandkids, great grandkids going to Ivy League college and everything. Nobody wants to lose that, but it didn't necessarily have to lose it, because all you're doing is switching from one production of ammo. We're not taking it away from your company. You just switch it over from 5.56 to 6.8, and to this day we would have had 6.8 on the battlefield. Everything that we fought since I got out, which is Iraqi rotation number 4 or 5, something like that. Everything since then, Syria and everything else, every one of them running 6.8s, and it was a great thing for the American warfighter. So, to all you guys who do what you do, for all you guys who lack righteousness, shame on you.
All right, K-Mac, another question. Any news on the new Holosun optic, red dot, or any optics with the Vulcan reticle coming out anytime soon? It's not Holosun. You understand, Holosun makes the pistol optics with the Vulcan reticle in it for primary arms. There are going to be an American-made company coming out with the Vulcan reticle. All right, and I'm trying to get my hands on it so that I can do a review first. I'm not at liberty to talk about it right now, but yes, soon. How about soon? All right, K-Mac is back again. I want the Holosun enclosed emitter, but I'm waiting to see if they shrink the size and wait and maybe a new one or increase the window size. Yep, coming. Just not here yet. All right, guys, here's the deal. We've got, Susan said we had 20 minutes left, and I know that was a long, long time ago. So let me see. Let me see what we're at here. I'm trying to find. We're doing okay. Yeah, guys, we're going to go just a couple more minutes. I'll let Steve come back, give his goodbyes to you all. Because, you know, it's been a rough one. Guys, I got to get up early in the morning. We're filming more videos. I only got the film crew for another day and a half, and then they've got to fly back to New York City. So, again, I want to thank our sponsor, Bucked Up. Guys, they make, these are pre-workout drinks. I've got recovery, right? Woke as F. Right, pre-workout recovery stuff. They've got buckshots that Emery and Sue were banging away at. I'm mixing this stuff with coffee to give me a little bit of extra edge. But anyways, this stuff is helping me with my recovery, not just workout recovery, but also recovering with my knee surgery. So again, I've got a couple days of filming left. We're gonna have some great videos for you guys coming up. Randy Wurst is going to be coming back from Montana in a couple weeks, so we'll be doing some more filming with him. We have got high-risk travel this weekend. Then I'm moving my daughter from Nashville into her new apartment. She's going to medical school. I'm very proud of my daughter. So if she's watching with her mom, I want to tell my daughter, one, I love her, two, that I'm very, very proud of her. She already knows that. She knows I'm very proud of her. Right, but yeah, I've got a busy schedule this summer. What I need to do is lay this knee up and let the puppy heal up, and it is screaming at me right now. I'm gonna go find me a bag of ice. I'm gonna ice this puppy down. I'm gonna get into the bed, rack out, so I can start again. I get rehab first thing in the morning, right before the film crew shows up. Never-ending circle of woe. Right, so. Steve, you coming? You got any last words of wisdom? I guess he doesn't. All right, so it's been a good show, guys. Indeed. We've had a good time tonight. I think we've had a good time. If you guys had a good time, I think we've had a good time. So, next Tuesday, same bat channel. We're going to do it right here. I've got a bunch of great stuff to talk about next Tuesday. Also, again, if you're interested in signing up for more shooting classes, we've got our big block of shooting classes in September. We also have a gun runner pistol in middle August. You can sign up at tacticalrifleman.com. Y'all take care and shoot straight.
Incoming right there.